and welcome to twitch.tv/Overwatch University. My name is Toadrage, and this is EU Playoffs. Week 1 of EU Playoffs? No, this is EU Playoffs.
This is just EU Playoffs.
I am joined today by my co-caster, Quadzi.
Hi there, guys. Glad to be here.
And our producer for the day is Mr. Jordan AP.
You can't see his beautiful face, but he is there.
There's a hand. Brilliant. There's a hand. Tonight the games will be the Scientist versus Code Red and a currently unconfirmed semi-final game.
Yep.
Scientists are, I believe, seed 5th seed, and Code Red are seed 4th seed.
4, yeah. So it's going to be a close game, guys. That's what I can say. If you're interested in learning more about us and how you get involved with Overwatch University, it's really cool. Just it's really cool. We like it. It's the largest recreational Overwatch league. Follow the link to the Discord in the channel description below, or follow us on Twitter at Overwatch University. That's OW University. If you'd like to be updated when the future streams go live, feel free to drop by our subreddit, which is also really cool, and that's located in the channel description as well.
Yeah, we are going to be going into the first map today, which is Nepal, the control point map.
Yeah, so we've got this first map today. We have the Scientists on blue team, and we have Code Red on red team, which is very, very topical actually for Code Red to be red team.
It has worked out very well for them.
So we've got Niels Ball, who is a Pharah main. He will be playing Pharah. I've not seen Pharah played much on this map. She's very occasionally played. I mean, she can get some very good LOSing through the point. We have Tenji, who is also a Genji main, as you can tell by his name. But we also have this triple DPS mate out here.
Yeah, we are seeing the triple DPS lineup. We're going to see what they can kind of do with it. They're going to go up against the double tank, double DPS, double healer lineup.
Yeah, which is very standard.
Yeah.
However, scientists were saying to us earlier on that they said they like to surprise their opponents. So this triple DPS, it could come in and they could blow a hole through this first point, which would be quite awesome to see.
It sounds very research when you say scientists were saying to us.
Yeah, they've been researching. They've been in the labs. They've brought up this team setup. They're ready to go. So here we go. We've got Pharah coming in from the left side. Pharah Messi players. Quite the simple one. I'm guessing we'll be jumping straight into the action right now. We have a death from the other side. Agalane taking down Lucio.
Yeah, some very early skirmishing going on. Res has been used on Protog, the Winston. Gonna immediately use that to take out Zenyatta. Mayho's down. There is no Discord available. Less damage coming out. Res immediately by Uni there. Code Red are gonna take this point very decisively.
Point immediately goes to Code Red, just showing why they are seed 4 dominating here. And a very direct shot onto Tenji there, which is very hard, especially for Genji jumping up and down. It's hard to do. So we have the McCree here jumping in. Their team they really need to get on the point right now, and also that McCree need to take down Pharah if they want to do anything.
Yeah, the pharmacy combo is a very strong one. It's very hard to deal with as well. Scientists are going to be looking to push onto this point. 2 kills by jumps on either side.
They will squash them like pancakes though.
Rez is no longer able. Dragonblade has been used. He's going to be looking for the squishy targets. He's going to be looking for the supports. He manages to pick up the Pharah, but that doesn't really mean much. Pharah's down, but that's not a support ult.
No. So we have Slide. He goes down with Genji ult, but that's all they will have going into this next point here. Whereas they do have Winston with his Fist of Fury. Will be able to swat him back off point if he does want to come in there and try to take out their supports. We also have Lucio on 79%. He's been building up that very, very fast this game, so we can possibly could see a sound barrier in this next fight.
Yeah, a little bit of harass going on here. Self-destruct has been used as follow-up with the Dragonblade as well. Dragonblade managed to pick up Lucio. There's going to be no sound barrier available. He gets res. Maybe we're going to see it come out in time. He's charging that ult very quickly, 92% already. Rocket Barrage comes out, picks up 1, but also gets picked off as well in response. Sound barrier not available. Scientists aren't going to be able to hold.
Code Red
pushes.
just will clean up that point now. I don't know if you noticed the beginning there, Toad, but actually what happened was Slide used that ultimate and Winston was not able to take him off and he immediately took out both supports. So there was no healing throughout the entire fight and it was just a clean up. As soon as those supports went down, it was very, very simple for Code Red to just remove the rest of the players there. So there will come into the point, and Tenji, they're hitting all of his shots onto that Diva. They will have a little bit of a Genji battle up here. Winston taking a little bit of poke. We'll have that Discord on him the entire time. They really want to get rid of him. They're just running the point right now.
Valkyrie has been popped early. Winston goes down, but gets rezzed immediately. Roadhog now back up. He doesn't have the ult available, so he's not going to have the disruption to get them off the point. Sound Barrier has been used. Roadhog getting a double kill there. They're going to use that advantage to push onto the point. There is no support ults available for Code Red right now. This is going to be an easy push for the Scientists.
Very, very close right now. Scientists starting to clean up. The Pharah taking out the Genji there. At the beginning, I did think this fight was actually going to go a different way because Aghaline did pick up 2 kills immediately, both onto one of the DPSs. We did see the Deadeye get played there, but it didn't seem to get any kills. It probably would have been better used to take out the Pharah in the next fight with the Pharah Mercy combo. Roadhog again with that Winston ult. He's very good at building up very quickly. But Code Red coming in here, they do have Zenyatta, they do have Dragon Blade. They will run in here.
Dragon Blade has been used. He's looking for free. Doesn't quite get the pickup on him. He's going to look for the Lucio instead. Get rid of that Sound Barrier out of the fight. The Sound Barrier is down. Wasn't even close to it, but it's just to secure it. You know the Lucio's down and he's out. Rocket Barrage used, picks up Tenji, but no support's taken down from it, unfortunately. And this is going to be cleaning up by Code Red.
There was a counter barrage there from Neil's ball, but just straight into the wall. Did you see that in the background? There's a very ineffective play by Neil's ball there, unfortunately. Tenji trying to get him for point, but to no avail. And first point will go to Code Red.
Yeah, very strong showing from Code Red here. They had a couple of good skirmishes going on. Could be interesting to see what they do in this next round.
They will have a DC there. We'll see what's happening. I assume one of the players has just been matched.
Yeah, we are going to see what's going to happen with this. Hopefully we can get that player back in as soon as possible.
Yeah, Maho has left the game. We'll get him back as soon as we can. That game there was very. There were some very good pushes. There were some very close fights. But unfortunately, what happened? We had Aghaline on that Pharah just putting down a lot of damage there, and Slide really just jumping in his fights. There's Dragon Blades that he built. I think he had 3. Did he have 3 that round?
I think he did, yeah.
Every fight, just immediately taking out supports, looking for those DPSs, those key kills that he needed. He just took them down.
Yeah, the focus on the support was very key. I mean, we saw how often they would focus the Lucio or the Mercy down, and getting those ults out of the fight, getting the Sound Barrier and the Valkyrie out of the fight is so important to actually winning the fight.
It's absolutely huge, especially in the case where that Mercy res is so essential. That fight where Slide did take out the Mercy and the Sound Barrier, you saw that the fight just immediately went in Code Red's favor, and it was kind of just a mop-up crew after that.
Yeah.
So what we really need to see here is we need to see Roadhog doing a much better job of defending those supports. At the moment, you can see him jump in. He gets a lot of using his Tesla cannon to get that ult up, but it's doing no good when he can't protect his own supports.
Yeah. We're going to look at an early skirmish on the high ground here. Whoever wins this can get the advantage in the early fight. 2 from the Scientists going down very early. Mercy is down. There's no res available. That's going to be it for the Scientists. That pretty much means they cannot fight this, they cannot contest, and they just have to pull back and let people respawn.
There was no shield there, and Slide immediately jumped in, put down the pressure, and then Aghaline fully just provided support there, and you saw those rockets just barraging them back into that little tunnel, and there's nothing you can do once you're backed into a corner like that.
Yeah, it's such a small space, especially against Pharah. There's not really a lot you can do. It's like being trapped in a small room with a Junkrat.
Which no one wants.
Yeah, res has been used by Nobby on the Scientist there, so that's not going to be available for this fight. Aghaline goes down and gets res immediately. They're going to be looking at... Uni has been picked off. Supports, they're looking for supports again. If they can get them out of the fight, they know they can win. Cougar is still alive. However, he's gonna be harassed down a little bit, not enough to actually take him out.
Yeah, you saw Snickerbill try and buy some time there. Unfortunately, the fact that the Winston was still alive at the end of that just shows a lot to say that he wasn't in the fight as much as he could have been. And also, I didn't see him jumping at all or use his shield. So next fight, we really want to see that from Code Red. We do have Agalane on the Rocket Barrage, but they're going in again.
And he does have Dragon Blade. He has been rezzed, so the res is down. And Mercy goes down as I said that as well. Dragon Blade has been used by Sly, getting a double kill. Both supports are down. Uni has res slide as well, so this is going to be a clean push for Code Red.
That Slide's been doing very, very good with those Dragon Blades all game, getting in there and getting the kills. You saw him get a dash onto, I think it was the Mercy, immediately taking her out. And you can see Agalane just backing up the background. Unfortunately, Agalane did use Rocket Barrage, a little bit greedy. Could pose a big problem in the next fight. Deadeye is up.
Yeah, Agalane getting a little bit low from the McCree there. Not gonna go down. Prodhog has used the Primal Rage to kind of zone Code Red away from point. Self-destruct is used, gonna pick up Prodhog and Tenji. Double res comes out from Nobby. Scientists are still in this. It's gonna be a tough hold. They might be able to do it. Snickerbeer has used Primal Rage. He picks up 2 kills. The end of Neil's ball going down. Deadeye used to knock Blizz out of the mech. There's gonna be no defense matrix, but Code Red managed to hold.
It was a very impressive hold there. Unfortunately, the problem what happened is that both the Lucio and the McCree slowly pushed themselves around there into the point. The end there just threw himself straight into Genji's shurikens and also the rockets from Agalane. That DPS play going down, they were forced to use res there, and they're going in for another skirmish again.
Yeah, Cougar's already gone down. They're going to need to use that sound barrier very early on if they're going to want to get onto this point. He's gone down. Res has already been used. He manages to get it off last second before he dies. But it's only on 3 targets. It's not going to be enough to be able to push this point. Transcendence gets used. And Code Red are going to hold again.
They're just sheer healing from Code Red at the moment. I don't know if you've noticed, but their entire team always seems to be at full health. Uni's very good at targeting the correct players, and this game will just go straight to Code Red. And Slide there, as you can see, getting that player of the game. We'll see what he does here. I think it was on the second match.
It was on the second match. It was the one where he picked up the 2 kills onto the scientist supports.
Not afraid there, just to go in.
He just went straight in, cut through Nobby, cut through Niels Bohr, and that was it.
It was over.
That was a fight that was over by that point.
And then Nobby, 11 players resurrected, almost kind of a BM card there, because it just shows how many times he's had to res his team before even start. Getting the legendary, very, very interesting. I like that.
Very early on indeed. But yeah, that was the 2-0 victory for Code Red there. Starting off this very strong series.
There was some few fights where things could have gone either way. Unfortunately, I do believe that at the moment, the end there on Scientist really needs to pick up his game. His positioning is a little bit off. Keeps getting himself caught out by Genji, running into him. You don't want to be close quarters with that Genji, and if you are, you want to be able to use that flashbang. But I haven't seen him pull off a headshot combo as of yet.
Yeah, they've been looking very strong. What do the Scientists need to do to come back from this? You've seen how well Code Red have focused the supports. How does the Scientists cope with that?
So at the moment, I feel like the Scientists are playing a very, very aggressive playstyle. Unfortunately, what needs to happen is they need to switch it up. I know Prodhog, he's a strong Winston, he likes playing at Winston, but they might be forced to change up their picks here. They might need a Reinhardt, a Zarya, two tank combo there just to protect them. The end is doing work. You see him hitting those shots on the Pharah there, but when he's just playing that aggressive, I think he really needs a strong shield combo.
Yeah, I do think you are right. There's no Reinhardt there and there's no Zarya. When you are getting that kind of aggression from the enemy team, you need that shielding available. Otherwise, your key heroes like the Lucios, the Mercies, even the Zenyatas, they're gonna get taken down.
They're just gonna get straight out the fight, and the Zenyatta with that Transcendence is absolutely crucial. And even more crucial than that at the moment is the Discord. The over Discord that with it, I think that Snickerbeer would have had a much harder time. I did see it on him occasionally, however, unfortunately, there just was no follow up. and then the Zenyatta just stopped putting the discord on him.
Yeah.
So that's a big problem. What they really, as I've said, they will pick up the Zarya here. Niels Bohr will go into the Reinhardt as well. Like I said, they do really need to protect these supports right now. Cougar on Lucio and Nobby on Mercy. It's a very, very standard pick. I'm not sure about the Genji though, however. I think they believe that Code Red is going to rush onto the point here, and that's why they've got such a defensive Genji going on. Enemy team, Agalane back on the Pharah. We slide on the McCree. So McCree on the low ground, taking out the low ground targets and distracting them while Agalane's in the sky, really affecting them quite a bit.
Yeah, the scientist team comp almost looks like it'd be a dive comp for defense.
Yeah.
You've got the Lucio and the Genji to get in there quick. You've got the Reinhardt shielding and the Zarya shielding as well. The only slower kind of elements of that are the McCree and arguably the Mercy, but even then she's very able to keep up with her team.
Yeah, Mercy here as well, especially with the new Resurrect. She's all about that tempo, getting in there, resin 2 people at a time, making sure key targets don't go down, and they will just run straight here onto the point. They won't use Agalane getting around the point again. And Scientist, you can see, already pushed into the corner here. Very, very close up. The death ball could be quite intense.
Yeah, Tenji is in the back line. He's looking for Slide, but he's not going to be able to pick him off. He's going to be forced to retreat. The Zarya Bob has been used on Uni, so he's going to be safe for now, but he was in a bit of a little bit out of position there. Aguilar has been rezzed, so they're going to continue the tempo they have right now. But it's looking strong. They immediately pushed the Scientists off their own point, and they're continuing it. Protog has gone down, but does get rezzed immediately. Lost the charge that he had. He had around 80-90% charge. Cougar's gone down though. That's the support. That's one of the supports down, and that's a key pickup. Code Red know this. They're going to push in as much as they can.
You see, Code Red here. They knew that they had the point. It was quite unfortunate. You see Protog up there. She's got 82% on her ultimate, which is very impressive for a minute 10. I was going to say at the beginning of the game, it just really shows if they can win this first point, depending on how quick that's arrived. And Slide's still going in the back here. Will pick up Cougar, and that's really going to affect them in the long term, because on King's Row there is quite a long way to walk, and having that taxi with Lucio is very important. Sending him back to the spawn will create a lot of tempo for Code Red here.
Yeah, Slide creating a lot of pressure by pushing forward that far, that early on. The end was in the backline there, kind of getting a few shots onto the Reinhardt, but not enough to really kind of disrupt their push.
Protog does have the Graviton here, and the Graviton and the Deadeye combo could be seriously good. You can see the end does pick up the kill on Uni. Uni will not be able to use that res, the double res especially. Zarya going down.
Transcendence has been used to counter any damage that comes out of this Zarya ult. Rocket Barrage comes out, hits 2. Deadeye picking up a 3rd kill. That was such a good counter push from Code Red. They saw the Scientists go in with the Zarya ult. They saw it get nothing, and then they countered with Mayho's Transcendence, and then the Rocket Barrage to follow up.
That was incredibly well played. They were the counter into the counter Graviton into the counter Rocket Barrage. It was perfectly set up. It was as if they knew it was coming.
Yeah, it was a very, very well planned. Tenji gone down, but has been rezzed by Nobby. They're going to look for another fight here. Sambarra has been used. Mayho has been rezzed. Deadeye comes out, picks up the support and the Pharah there. The Scientists are looking like they're going to be winning this fight. It's very late on into this second point, but they have won it.
With 0.84 meters to go, they will defend this point. 3 minutes 27 is still not looking good though. Code Red might just need one more push, but this does give time for the Scientists to really man up and create quite a big defense here. It is very easy. They have a lot of health packs to work with and a lot of nice LOSs. You see them going around the corner. This is a very hard choke point.
Yeah, if they can hold the choke here, they've got a very good chance of holding the second point.
With how fast Protog is creating charge, we could see a second Graviton in this fight.
Yeah, he's already at 84%, so we're definitely looking for that right now. Good kills coming out from the Scientists though. They are managing to hold this point. They're using the choke to their advantage.
Tenji is really picking up the pace right now. In that last fight, he really helped get that Deadeye off, which came down off the stairs there you saw. And in this fight, he's just proceeded to be clean up crew. You can see him coming around the back here. I don't know about this play, especially the fact that he's on 67% on ult. Slide will find him in the backlines here. Will he take him out though? Yeah, I think he will.
The Genji duel, yeah, he manages to take him out. Tenjin has gone down. Slide with 75% on his ult charge. Alpha Shatter comes out, misses though, goes straight into the payload. The end having to be res. Graviton Surge comes out. Transcendence has been used to counter it though. Nothing's going to come of that Graviton Surge, and Snickerbeard's going to pick up a double, pick up a third with the help of Slide. Picking up, so Nobby is out. There's no res available, no Valkyrie available, and they're going to get the second point.
And he is just slamming those hammers into the enemy team. There's nothing they can do about it. You saw there was a huge key moment in that fight. The scientist went all in there, and the Earthshatter went down. However, Sneaky Bear, showing that he can play his Reinhardt just as well as he plays his Winston, deflected it with his shield and then immediately threw down the Earthshatter as the Reinhardt was still recovering from his own Earthshatter being countered.
We've got 4 ults on either side. 1 support ult from both teams. Actually, 2 support ults from Scientist, 1 support ult from Code Red at the moment. Pin has gone out, doesn't manage to pick up a kill. Deadeye comes out, picks up Snickerbeard. There's no Reinhardt shield available. The end gets res over and Snickerbeard also gets res. Graviton Surge comes out, Rocket Barrage comes down. It looks kind of like a waste, but that was such a huge kill feed for Snickerbeard there, getting up to 2 with the Fire Strike. Valkyrie has been used, narrowly keeping Nielsborg alive. Nobby goes down, and then Nielsborg follows.
You've seen Snickerbeard for this entire game. I've been watching him, and his 5 strikes have been on point every time. He doesn't tend to miss one, and he keeps that shield up when it's crucial.
As Shadow comes down, Cougar Widow has been found. No sound barrier available. He's going to try and fight for his life. He does manage to get out just narrowly. However, Mayho goes down to Tenji's Dragon Blade. Nobby having to res Protog there. The res is down, so is Nobby. This is looking pretty dire for Scientists at the moment. There's one person left. The end is on point. He's just gonna get battered by Snickerbeard's hammer there.
Yeah, that fight there was very much in the favour of Code Red. There's nothing you can do. You can see the entire team is on fire there. Snickerbeard was taking a lot of damage. It was a very clever moment by the Mercy though to rearrange her healing onto the McCree instead of leaving it on Snickerbeard, because they were so distracted by him. The McCree could have just in the backlines just take him out. Sly was doing really well there, and then Snickerbeard just had to put his shield up and retreat. There was one point where I thought things could go differently, is when the Earthshatter came out and Snickerbeard didn't focus the Lucio there on the floor and got a little bit greedy and went too far. So perhaps that could change how the Scientists play in the next fights. We'll see if Snickerbeard gets greedy again and the Lucio still being alive, or the Mercy still being alive. Can create a deficit in the healing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, speaking of greedy, but Scientists immediately swapped off their 4 DPS golem. They did have a solo tank and a solo healer and in Mercy for a while. I was gonna say that was a bit greedy of them, considering how the last fight went without a Reinhardt, without any shield of any kind.
Yeah, very very sneaky there, trying to throw us off guard, but I like that they went straight back onto the normal comp. So we have here a Winston Zarya combo, which is actually very very strong, because you can have the Winston jump in, and then the Zarya can shield him, and the Winston doesn't have to immediately throw down his E. We'll just have to see if Tenji is one of those Winstons that jumps in and then out of habit presses E immediately. It's something that you see done wrong a lot of the time, is that the E isn't used effectively. It's just used as a panic button when you jump in. Tenji switches off onto Genji again, and Protog is back on Winston. We know that Winston as Protog is pretty good. We have Code Red here. They have a very similar team to what we had beforehand. They've got the Tracer though, which could mean they're going for the flanks.
Yeah, they've got to look out for those key pulse bombs on targets like Cougar and Nobby. If they connect to the supports, there's gonna be no sound barrier and there's no Valkyrie available. Protog goes down early as well as the end. This is looking like a strong push for the this is looking like a strong defense, for Code Red right now. Nobby's getting a little bit low. It does eventually get taken out by Aguilan, and Scientist push is gonna get pushed, gonna get forced back by Code Red. They are respawning, but it is gonna be staggered.
You see that the Farah battle there, if you watch carefully, Aguilan is just always further in the sky than Niels Bohr. Niels Bohr was even in range for Zarya to start lasering him down. And also, if you caught at the beginning of the fight, Protog did jump in and uses an E immediately, which you saw just get immediately taken down, and he was slapped into the wall by the
Tenji has
Reinhardt.
taken out Uni very early on. This means there's going to be no res and no Valkyrie available in this fight. Nobby goes down to Aguilan, so there's no res on either side, and there's going to be no Valkyrie on either side. But the scientists are going to manage to clean up this fight regardless. They did get the early Mercy pick, so they are at the advantage. Pulse Bomb finding Protog, sorry, on the Winston. Looking strong for the scientists right now.
Aguilan is back in here though, throwing down some damage, and like you can see, she still is higher up in the sky than Niels Bohr, giving enough time for the enemy team to get back on point. See, Snickerbit is in the corner here, a great place to be. He just can't be taken down with his shield up.
Yeah, Protog has swapped onto the D.Va. It's gonna get demexed for his efforts though. Samurai comes out, Tenji is in the backline looking for the Zenyatta. He's gonna pick him up, picks up Mayho. Slide is now the only one contesting. Is he gonna be able to do it for longer? Unfortunately not. The scientists are gonna take this first point.
Surprisingly, that sound barrier there, it came out too late. It came out before D.Va was demexed, so she was meaning baby D.Va for quite a while there. It just went in the favour of scientists. It was just an attrition battle, and they had the ultis, and unfortunately, Code Red just did not. So they're going to come around this corner right now. It looks like Code Red aren't going to contest it very much. They're going to wait at the back lines, which is quite strange. I think they understand. In fact, it is very strange considering they have 3 ultis, and there is only Nobby with ultimate, and the end and Tenji coming up on it. If they went a bit earlier, maybe they could have won the fight, but I think they were just waiting for the entire team. So they will go into point. Zarya with high energy here.
Yeah, I think they understand the strength of this choke here. They're going to try and use their advantage. Another shadow comes down, manages to hit 2. Cougar is down, as well as Tenji. This is going to be strong showing from Code Red to begin with. Cougar has been rezzed. The sound barrier is not available though. He's only have 30% charge. Zyro comes out, three-man court. Protog doesn't go down, but Blizzard does.
You see again there, the Earthshot, it was very tempting. However, he only got one of the spots, and he was right at the back, and Mercy was out of sight. I feel like that Earthshot could have been used a lot better. At the moment, it might have looked good, and got the kill onto the Genji, but at the end of the day, it did not win the fight. And they really needed that one ultimate at that point for the rest of the team. So they're coming into the second point here, a little skirmish going on, just that poke damage building up the ultis. D.Va being healed, but she's kind of just an ultimate charge at the moment. Sly getting the kill onto the Farah there.
Niels Bohr is going to get res. Mayho does have the Transcendence available. We're going to be looking for that in case it's required. Self-destruct is available on Protog. We're going to see how he uses it, if he uses it at all in this fight. Tenji does have Dragon Blade available as well. We're going to be seeing how that's being used. Self-destruct comes out, but it doesn't look like it's going to connect. Slyke picking up the double kill. Nobby is down. There's no res. Uni is also down for Code Red. There's no res for Code Red either. Both teams are going to have to fall back and reset. Otherwise, this is going to be a battle of attrition.
The slide there, he got a triple kill in the backlines. I feel like a lot of the time these fights from Code Red, they're just kind of backed up by one player carrying the team. But it's decent because at the moment what I'm seeing is that every single player during the fights really brings out something that shines in them, and it was Slide there with that triple kill at the backlines.
Soundbarrier has been used by Cougar Widow. Managed to hit 4 heroes with it. Protog is the only one without this sound barrier. However, it's going to get burnt through very quickly. 3 ults still available for the scientist. Nobby has used Valkyrie. He's going to be trying to get res onto key heroes like Cougar Widow. Niels Bohr picking up only Snickerbit with the rocket barrage there, but it's going to be enough to allow the scientist to push forward. There's no tank. Code Red are 1 tank down. It's going to be enough for them to gain some ground and get past this bend here.
They are just pushing in. And in the moment it looks like a battle of time, and it looks like scientists will push faster. Zenyatta comes out, getting pushed back there.
Yeah, Transcendence has been used just to get them onto the payload. It was enough to halt this push. However, ults are being used. Aguilan picking up a kill with the rocket barrage, and Blizzard picking up Nobby with the self-destruct. No res available. A Snickerbit getting the kill onto Protog with Primal Rage. Winston killing a Winston with Primal Rage there.
That's very scary indeed.
The big monkey
He
fight.
swatted him away there. We come back. So what we're seeing here, though, we see them coming back onto the point. It was close, but I can see Code Red coming back from that. However, what I really want to point out is the end here. In that last game on Nepal, his positioning was really bad, but what we can see now is he's always in the back, always in the sidelines, picking up those kills on the crucial targets like the Genji. He's doing a really good job here. What they need to do now to push on the point is they need to carry on doing this, and they need to protect that McCree.
Roadhog using Chrome Rage, not much effect unfortunately. Neil's for Rocket Barrage is going to get almost completely absorbed by Blizzard with the defense matrix. Cougar did go down, is going to get res by Nobby, and they're going to try and reset again. They're not going to have the opportunity to push. Prodog is down, their only tank is down, and they're going to have to pull back to their spawn.
A very, very odd res coming out there, Toad. I'm not sure why they res Cougar there. There's a 30-second cooldown, could have been used a lot better on the end, possibly in the next fight. The scientists are really banking on those ult charges. Nobby on 95% now, however, so he will have Valkyrie for the next fight. Niels Bohr goes down very far in the front there.
Yeah, self-destruct has been used and thrown into the backline. Blizzard's picking up 2 kills. Cougar's gone down. There's no samurai, but triple kill from the end with Deadeye as well. Both supports are down, and they're going to be able to push forward with this. Cougar did get rezzed eventually by Nobby. He's going to go down again though. Very out of position, getting picked off by the Pharaoh there. Samurai not available. Codehead is somehow going to be able to hold this.
They're really doing well here. They're like an unstoppable wall right now. The wall of China almost at this point. However, the end there, not taking his own advice that he's been using this entire game with those great plays. He had great positioning on that Deadeye there. But he just walked into the enemy team. He just needed to stay in the back line and put a chance on poke. So they're going to try a different approach here or not. They're going to keep going through that main gate. It's not working. They're still going to do it. Let's see if they can pull something off. Niels Bohr is still in the front there.
This is a last ditch attempt. We are going to see as many ults used as possible. Transcendence used to just completely soak up any damage that Niels Bohr is going to do here. Dragonblade picking up 2. Cougar is down again. Samurai was used though, so that's him just straight out of the fight. Nobby is also taken down. No res available. This is going to be the hold for Code Red. There's only 4 left alive from the scientists. Protog, Nobby, the end, and Cougar Widow. As I said, that Protog goes down to self-destruct from Blizzard. Are they going to be able to do it? They're not going to be able to contest in time. The end, swapping the soldiers to try and get back, but not enough.
It's not enough. No. Unfortunately, no, it's not enough. Protog on that Winston there, try to push it in. I don't know why they switched off the Reinhardt Zarya combo. They really need to make some changes. They didn't make any changes. You saw them keep on running down that first point. It was the same old tactic, and they weren't getting to the back lines. Uni there was keeping resin, and I didn't see her go down very often. And the only time when we had those crucial kills is when we had those very, very 3k dead eyes. But Slide was always in the back line afterwards, picking up that triple kill. There's just really not much you can do against a raging Genji.
There's really not. I mean, we saw the effectiveness of the Transcendence there from Mayho. He was blocked off like 3 ults just from existing. He managed to get his Transcendence during a Graviton Surge and then pop it as the Rocket Barrage came down. I think 3 members of his team were critical health. He pops it and they're all full again.
Yeah, there was some very, very crucial uses of that Transcendence throughout that entire game. You could almost say that those Transcendence really carried Code Red into where they are now, 2-0 up. What frustrated me, Toad, is that they switched off that Zarya Reinhardt combo.
Yeah.
They were pushing in.
Yeah.
When we saw that final push before Code Red managed to come out with the Transcendence again, getting back onto the point. Mario doing some serious work here.
But yeah, the switch off of Reinhardt to Zarya was probably not the best choice. It was being incredibly effective at just keeping the team alive, and then the swap off of it for the sort of dive comp that they ended up with, the Winston and the D.Va, maybe not the best choices.
I mean, what we really need to see with those the D.Va play is good, but we need to see her jumping onto the backlines. I didn't see any jump in the backlines. There was a lot of just standing around in the front. What we needed to see was some seriously strong uh, self-destructs, but as we saw in those last fights, and you were calling them, they
Yeah.
came out right at the end. They were only picking up 2 guys. Those self-destructs, they're not very scary when it's at the end of the fight, and it's just a bit of a fireworks show, is it?
Yeah, if it's 2 at most, right at the end when your entire team is kind of aware that this self-destruct is going to come in, it picks up nothing. Like we say, it picks up maybe 2 kills at most.
You need to save it. You need to save it for the next fight and go from there. So you can see here we have scientists there with Agalain going on onto the Sombra.
Ooh.
Has been used on this map quite frequently. We know Cody does it a lot. He loves it on this map. You can play very much around this mega in the corner where they're all congregating right now. And you just can't get onto point because Lucio, he might be able to heal you fast, but what heals you quicker? A 250 HP health pack. So what we see on the attacking team, we've got the end on Reaper, which you don't see very often. However, that first choke, I think they're banking on them being quite high up in the quite far forward. However, as we know, Agalain's going to say no to that. My team's going to be back. So looks like Reaper will be walking into a little bit of a trap here. You've got the Diva coming in the front and Roadhog on the Winston. Let's see if he does it again. I want to watch. Will he jump in with the E? They're coming around the left side here. This is actually a very good play. A very fast turnout onto the point here. Soldier getting knocked down.
Soldier has been knocked down yet. There was a little skirmish on the top side there that kind of held back a lot of Code Red from actually assisting on the point, but it didn't mean a lot. Uni has gone down, no res available. Nobby, still alive, is able to res Niels Bohr for the continuation of this push here. The end has been hacked. He's going to get very low, but getting saved by Nobby there just narrowly. I think he was around 10 HP and managed to get healed back up to half health. That's going to be very, very important for taking out the rest of the members of the Scientists here.
So, Scientists there, they just came straight on to the point. There's nothing you can do versus that, especially when you're playing somebody you want to try play it slow. But unfortunately, it's just not going in favour. So Code Red here, just pushing on to point, very, very strong. Agalain on that Sombra, she will stay on it. Usually you want to try switch off it because it's very difficult to play on this map, and as we can see, they have run in. As you know, Reaper's actually a very, very strong pick against Sombra because if you get hacked as Reaper, what are you going to do about it? I've still got my huge shotguns. I'm still going to shoot you in the face.
You just shoot.
You can't do anything about it. So really, Agalain needs to switch off that Sombra at this point because she is getting countered. If she was a stronger Sombra, which rhymes a little bit actually, it may have been worth it to stay on it. But I think that Code Red here are just going to rush on to the point.
Yeah, the end does have Death Blossom available. He's going to try and get as far onto that point as possible. Narrowly missing Uni with it, unfortunately. A lot of it's going to get absorbed by Death Blossom. Snickbit goes down to the Death Blossom. However, Uni is going to res him right now. Roadhog has used the Primal Rage. He's just going to knock as many people off the point as he possibly can while they try and push forward. Snickbit has countered with his own Primal Rage, though. Blizzard does have the Dragon Blade available. Is he going to be able to use it efficiently here? We'll have to see.
He's very low on health. I'm not sure he's going to leave it. I think he's going to leave it for the next fight, which is very, very smart here. They have the sound barrier. They have the Dragon Blade. They could make a really, really strong push. Snickerbit is a little bit out of position here, but he will jump back. In that last fight, we saw Roadhog jump into the backlines, and I was very pleased to see that he waited to use that A, and then he went onto Uni there. Enemy team, Scientists, with Tac Visor and Dragon Blade. Let's see what they can do. Will Sound Barrier really mitigate all that damage from Tac Visor, or will it just be burnt through?
Tenji in the backline looking for the Mercy pickup, doesn't quite get it unfortunately. Does get Uni gets very low, eventually gets taken out by Tenji. Slide using the Tactical Visor counters Tenji's Mercy kill by killing Tenji himself. The end trying to get to that backline, doesn't quite manage it, gets taken out by Blizzard, and this is going to be another good counter by the Scientists. They've just countered that Code Red push very hard.
Yeah, indeed. So we've got Niels Bohr there, really needs to improve his play on the Diva. He's not going in as fast as he should be. He's not on the point. The end though, That Death Blossom that we saw wasn't great. We have Tenji with the Dragon Blade still, and Kugo still with sound barrier. So this next fight, what they really want to do is they want to hit that sound barrier before that Dragon Blade goes off, so it can get as much damage in as possible.
Yeah, Kuga needs to be preempting, and Nielsborg diving in a little bit far in front of his team. Going to take a lot of damage. Not quite going to get knocked out of the mech though. Nobby has been hacked. Dragon Blade is going to pick up one. Is he going to pick up any more? The Res is no longer available. Valkyrie is also out of the picture as well. Self-destruct picking up Protog as well. The solo self-destruct, I mean, is value. It picks up a solid tank from Code Red. More than enough. Snickerbit is using Primal Rage just to knock Code Red about, get them off the point, keep them from getting any kind of progress so they can hold this as long as possible. Another solid hold by the scientists, managing to find the key targets and kind of take them out efficiently using the Dragon Blade on Nobby and Kuga and taking out Kuga as fast as possible as well.
So we're just going to have a quick switch around. We did flip the names, unfortunately. They should be in the right place now. Very sorry about that. I was a little bit confused myself, but hopefully it's all fixed now. So we do have Code Red here on defense, and to clarify, we have the scientists attacking. Agalane there on just immediately putting down that hack.
Yeah, Sly goes down and is immediately rezzed again. The end picking up a kill on Snickerbeard. This could be very important. It gets taken out immediately after the res by the self-destruct. Death Blossom used pick up Uni, no res available for the defense at the moment. The scientists are going to be able to push this. They're going to manage to capture this point very efficiently.
Agalane there trying to get on point. It was a bit of a desperate one. I believe she did have time to hit invisibility and rush onto point, and then just run around like crazy and hope that Protog wouldn't be able to use that Tesla cannon to find her. Still, 2 minutes 29 on Volskaya is an impressive number. We'll see if they can push through. You have seen teams like this do a 6-minute push before. We could see some potential speediness coming out here.
Yeah.
Hopefully we see that Lucio coming out, rushed onto point, doing what the scientist did best on that last match there. You saw him go through on the left side, and Code Red was just completely overwhelmed. Like, what could they do? They were so confused. They were ready for that Sombra push, and they were like, we're going to win this battle by just healing ourselves up constantly, and you guys can keep flooding through the front point, and we're just going to laugh at you. But that wasn't the case. Scientists did rush in through the left side there. So what do you think of this setup that Code Red have going on?
I think I agree with you, and I'd rather see a Lucio on the attacking side, just kind of picking up that Deathball comp, just trying to get in as fast and as hard as possible. I mean, we're seeing the Torbjorn setup as well as the Orisa comp, the Torbjorn Orisa kind of hold comp. If they can just Deathball through that as fast as possible, I think they completely nullify the entire defensive comp.
Yeah, which is good. I mean, the problem with the Torbjorn Orisa combo at the moment, and you see it in a lot of competitive games these days, is that people just rush into it slowly, and they will just get burnt down by that turret and Orisa just pushing out those shields. What we want to see here, and it's actually perfect, they've almost countered it before the game even begins, is they've got a lot of pressure. They've got that Tracer coming in through the backside, they've got the Agalane flanking, and we've also got Genji to put on the pressure, as well as Winston jumping in. So they're going to follow the same tactic, and they're going to go around left side, which could prove interesting. And the end picking up that kill onto Maho, which could really change the direction of this fight here.
Yeah, there's only one. Res has been used, so there's no res available to pick up Maho. Both healers are up. Niels Bohr going to be very efficient in taking out Snickerbit. Torbjorn is very strong against tanks with the right click.
You feel like he's not great, but once he hits you with that pile of metal, you are going down somewhere you like it or not.
Especially if you're a big character like Winston or Roadhog.
All those pellets will be going straight into you.
It's like having a really short Reaper.
A really short and less scary Reaper until he hits you with that right click.
Arguably less scary. Proto goes down. It's going to have to be rezzed by Nobby. So the res is down. Going to be down for another 20 or so seconds. Snickerbeard looking for that turret. He manages to take it out in the backline. Uni goes down. There's no res available for Code Red at the moment. They're going to be struggling to hold on to this point.
Prodog just being an absolute anchor on this point here. No one can get around him, and Slide hitting that pulse bomb though. Slide continuing to pick up kills. He's still alive. He's going around the corner. He will take out the Orisa. I think he will take out the Orisa, and he will. Slide continues to push onto this point. This is so unexpected, Toad.
I mean, yeah, Slide has been showing how good he is at the flanking. He's picked up Tenji as well. All of this is one Tracer picking up 4 kills, one after another.
I honestly was just trying to tell them how good Orisa was doing there. Slide came in there, and I was just forced to keep watching that. I can't believe what I just saw.
Slide pretty much just walked in, waltzed his way around the Orisa that was being an anchor, and said, "No,
No,
you're dead now."
you're dead
And
now.
that was it.
I'm pulling out the anchor. I'm having a bit of a dance off with you, and you're not a great dancer, Orisa, to say the least.
She's a little bit slow, and she's got 4 legs. It's hard. It's hard.
It's a little bit harder for her. She does have 2 arms as well, which kind of weighs it down. So we see Prodog going off on the right here, and we have Slide in the background there. They're trying to take down that turret because they know it's bad. Torbjorn's turret does go down before he hits Molten Core, and Slide popping off the pulse bomb. You are not happy in that turret there, son.
Yeah, Molten Core has been used. He still gets the armor. Both Valkyries have been popped as well. Reses have come out. Both Reses has been used at this point. Deadeye finding 2. Uni is down. There's no more healing for the defending team here. And sorry, for the attacking team here. My mistake. And that is going to be a hard reset.
Aghalan will just commit suicide there. I think that's an intimidation factor, and I believe that it might even turn the tide too. But we see that they do go in. They are strong there. Code Red going back in, putting some poke down. Slide in a very odd position here, very far forward. It would be quite easy for the scientists to just push forward and take him out. Both DPS characters out of position. What we really need to see here is the Winston up front.
Mayho does have the Transcendence available for this push. He could use it to great effect here. There is no one to take him out earlier on with any of the ults. The End and Tenji, the only people left for the Scientists. This could be the push that Code Red need to actually take the point.
And that's 4 minutes 20, like I said. This could be the point there. And you saw Snickerbeer with those Fists of Fury just pushing that Genji into the corner. He just took him easy pickings.
Samurai has been used by Cougar to try and stall this out. Nobby gets taken down by the Deadeye. Transcendence used as well, keeping Code Red alive as long as possible, and it's working. Code Red are going to be able to cleanly sweep the Scientists and take the second point with 3 minutes 54 left on the clock.
Slide brought out the brush there, like you said, he was sweeping. You saw that Nobby try to come in there, trying to res a couple of people. Was it Uni? Was it Uni that came in with a Mercy? Yeah.
Yeah, Uni tried to come in with a Mercy.
And he was like, I'm not afraid to use my Deadeye, and it was a very, very strong Deadeye. I feel like too many people feel like when you use Deadeye, it's a 4K ultimate. It's not. It's such a low cooldown. You can use it whenever you want, right? So you see a Mercy coming in. She's difficult to hit anyway. She has very high survivability. She's not all about those reses. It's the fact you can't kill her. When you have that Deadeye come out and just end her, it creates a huge tide and a difference in the weight balance between the teams. There's no more healing. There's no more reses. And just that one McCreel, I feel, really changed that fight there. And he continued to pick up those kills.
Yeah, even the intimidation factor of the Deadeye. If Mercy knows that the Deadeye is kind of charging, and she's trying to get to one of those key targets, maybe a Reinhardt or a Zarya, just kind of res them and get the hard CC ult out. If you pop that Deadeye right in front of the dead target, Mercy can't fly out because she knows she's going to get taken down.
Is the decision between do I fly out and risk dying, or do I fly out and res one of my tanks who's going to try stay alive for longer on that point and really try and delay that time? A lot of the times on these points here, it's about trying to remove that time difference, and it just looks like the Scientists were just not able to do that. Code Red will have 4 minutes on the clock here. Same tactic once again from the Scientists. And Aghalan back on that Sombra pick. I don't know what they were thinking. They were just going to use the same tactic twice, and they will rush onto the point here.
Yeah, it sort of worked the first time, but not so great. maybe the second time. Cougar Widow goes down, Nobby having to use the res to bring it back up, and res is now down for another 30 seconds. Roadhog taking out Uni. There's no res available for Code Red right now. The end finding Slide as well, just kind of picking apart Code Red piece by piece. Hopefully it's enough to stagger their respawns and get this first point very easily and give them as much time as possible for the second push.
Aguiline, I don't know. If you can hear us, dude, you need to switch off that Sombra. It's really pulling your team down here. So, I believe she's going to stay on the Sombra though, because she's 88% on that ult. And she may even decide to just jump in and use it. But I believe that if scientists try very hard here, they can immediately flood into the point. And with the Winston ultimate, as well as the tempo reses, it could be all over for Code Red.
Yeah, Snickerbit does have that Primal Rage and Slide with the Dragon Blade here. Could be enough to hold though. Aguilin has just come into the EMP. We're going to see how he uses it. Manages to pick up Protog. Snickerbit goes down to the end as well. There's going to be no Primal Rage available. As I said, that Snickerbit getting res. The scientists know that Primal Rage is available and they're not going to go for the push.
Yeah, so Slide didn't use his ultimate here. There are 4 ultimates available on Code Red side now. So there's only 1 minute left, and that actually, if they stagger their ultimates, they could hold, and it could be 3-2 on the clock, and looking for Code Red for that 4-3 win. So just pushing into the point here, very ballsy play, and they will all get EMP'd there, Chris.
Yeah, 6-man EMP. Neil's ball going very deep, very early on, causing a lot of problems. Slide picking up the double. Nobby goes down as well as Neil 4 out of mech. Blizzard finding Cougar as well. There's no sound barrier available. They're going to all respawn at a similar time though, and they've got 40 seconds left on the clock to get this last push.
You see, the problem there was they didn't fear that Sombra too much, and I must say I did underestimate that EMP. She jumped straight in there, got a 4-man ult, and if you saw during that fight though, the end, who's been there like winning peace, he was just in Wraith form running around the point before he got Tesla cannon to death. Just doing not much. So let's see if he can win and use Death Blossom on this fight.
Soundbarrier has been used by Cougar. He's going to hit all 6 heroes. The end still has Death Blossom available. Protocol using Primal Rage to knock Code Red off of the point.
Oh my god.
Tez managed to pick up the end. At the end, no Death Blossom available. We're going to see what Scientist can do without him. He is alive, but is he going to get back in time? Tenji picking up kills left, right, and center with the dash. The Protog killing off Uni. No res available for Code Red. This might be it. If they can just keep Code Red off the point, they can take it.
They will have the end here coming in with Death Blossom as well. He can get quite quickly back to the point. They've not got the first tick yet. They will push it through now. Death Blossom coming up in the back line here could just be used to stall for time, but they are on overtime at this point, Toad.
He's going to be looking for squish targets. He has used it on the solo, the Winston there. Possibly not worth it. Dragon Blade has been used.
Denied!
Finds nothing. Unfortunately, it's taken out by the end very quickly, and that is round 3.
That's a 4-pointer right there, so let's see if Code Red can push in with 2 minutes and hopefully have some time left to push in for that last point. This is a very long game here, though. You can see just how neck and neck the 4th and 5th seed are. So Code Red, let's see if they switch up their comp. We have the end on Bastion here. I think this is the last ditch attempt. It usually is.
Yeah.
What unfortunately might happen is the end may just stick on that Bastion when it starts to not work. That is a problem that we do find a lot. Is that if your Bastion no longer works the first time and he switches off onto the McCree there, I don't personally think his team wanting to risk the Bastion play. We've got a double hit scam, which I don't know how they're doing this, but it's very strange. It looks like the scientists are really living up to the name there, researching their enemy team and understanding that hit scan is the way to go, especially with Aguilane in the sky. They know that she's not going to go back onto that Sombra now. We have Maho on the Zenyatta. Hopefully he can pull out some more of those godly transcendences. And they're going for a very, very aggressive pick again.
Yeah, we can only hope we can see some of those godly transcendences again. Just kind of keeping his team alive just so well.
I'm going to call it now, Toad. Left side.
Left side. I want to say center just to shake it up, but I think you're right.
No,
They have gone They've gone
Look at
center.
that.
I
Look
called
at
it.
that. You called it.
Called it.
No one's
Stop
on.
rallying.
No one's on the point right now. And Niels Bohr has just committed suicide.
Snickerbit in the backline. Maybe he was just so intimidated he jumped off the edge. Sly picking up a kill on Tenji. Interesting. Sly killing the Genji killing the Winston there. That's kind of a bit of a role reversal. Mayho picking up the kill onto Cougar Widow. The res does have to come out to keep Cougar Widow alive, but is it going to be enough? There's 2 supports left available, as well as 5 members of Code Red right now. Can they hold for long enough?
It was an incredible Winston shield from Snickerbit there. What you saw, it was in the middle of the point, and it didn't take too much damage. But what it did is it really separated the entirety of the scientists. Like, they had to either go around the bubble, they can't shoot through the bubble, and once the team was split, that was it. They just started to clean up. An immediate push onto the second point here, taking them by surprise. Soldier on the right side.
Slide getting low. Uni has just come into Valkyrie though. Is he going to pop it on this point? Not yet. Slide popping the Dragon Blade though. Looking for the backline. Finds the end. Transcendence used by Mayho, keeping his team alive. They've stacked up on the support ults though. Valkyrie has been used at the same time as Transcendence. That might be costly in the long game. But it doesn't look like it's going to be.
No.
Because they're just going to sweep through
They're
it.
just going to take him out. Diva coming around the side there. We're going to really need to see some Tracer Sombra picks here from the scientists if they want to hold this point and get the end popping out the Deadeye, as well as a double kill from the self-destruct onto Uni. This could be proving really, really bad for Code Red here.
Yeah, Uni dance. There's no res available. Nobby showing that he still has his res. Picked up revives the end to try and hold as long as possible. They are currently succeeding though. It's looking a bit dire for Code Red currently.
Tac Visor comes out here. Will he pick up any kills of it? I think he's just pushing them off the point, and they will take that point with 2 minutes 16, like I said they would.
Code Red with a lot of time left on the clock.
This, I believe that they can take the first point. They find it very easy, you see, each time. And that last fight, I think what really, really changed the fight though was the self-destruct. But also, if you saw Agalane, the positioning from that soldier was just incredible. On the left side that entire time, out of the sight of the enemy, just pumping on damage, and then he had enough time to pull up that tac visor and just push the supports completely off the point.
Yeah, some incredible positioning by Agalane there. Just kind of
entire game. Whenever I saw him, he was in the perfect position to rain down some heavy fire. So here we've got Niels Bohr going onto the Junkrat. I mean, especially from what we've seen Code Red rushing through the center. If Niels Bohr can push down a lot of pressure with those bombs, possibly breaking the push. Because what we've seen, Toad, from here, is that each point that they've taken, the first point in particular, it's been a one-rush push.
Yeah.
I think if Niels Bohr can play that Junkrat properly and break the first push, it could come into a stagger game where they won't be able to get through the first point, and scientists will really be able to plant their feet and create quite a strong defense here. We have seen Nobby. Nobby has played really well on that Mercy all game, getting out the correct reses. We're just going to have to see what happens.
It does come down to whether Niels Bohr can identify where they're coming from very quickly and then shut them down using those grenades. They are kind of defending on the high ground here, which is a good place for the Junkrat to be and be able to rain death from above. But not connecting many of the shots currently. I'm not seeing a lot of damage hit onto Code Red at the moment. Uni is just flying about, uncontested currently, not taking much damage at all. He does have the Harmony Orb on him though, keeping him alive a little bit. Uni having to res Agalane after being taken down. Slide manages to pick up the kill on Nobby. Agalane picking up the kill on Cougar Widow as well after being res. This could be the push that we see wins Code Red the game. In fact, it will. Nobby and Cougar Widow are the only 2 left available, and they're at spawn.
And that's it. The game will go to Code Red there. And they will pick up the third win, and that is Division 4, over best of 3. That game was really, really quite fun for me to watch that last point, especially. You saw Niels Bohr though. Did you see his positioning? It was quite well done.
Yep.
He did go behind the team, but like you said at the beginning, there was just no bombs connecting. I think he was throwing the bombs where he thought they would be, and not where they actually were. He needed to predict, but instead he just threw out those bombs, missed a lot, threw a couple of concussion mines, and then eventually Snickerbear turned around and his big angry gorilla face just said, "No way, I'm coming for you now," and he took him out. So that will be it for Division 4. The games will go to Code Red with a very flawless victory there.
Flawless 3-0
However, there was it was very close in the games, and it's not as flawless as we think it is from the scoreboard. Well, I hope you enjoyed these games.
Yeah, they were very close. They were very intense games. The 3-0 sweep going to Code Red means they are going to go through the semi-finals of the Division 4 playoffs.
Yeah. I believe that Code Red there could go on to do a lot. They do have some very good synergy. I know that they might have, I think it's one sub they have on the team at the moment.
Yeah.
But even with that, there was some insane synergy going on. The slide and Snickerpear, that Winston and Genji combo, they were working together really, really well. So, enjoyable games.
Yeah. We haven't had the teams confirmed for the semi-finals of Division 2, which is the next game that will be on the twitch.tv/Overwatch University channel. But they are currently underway and they will be finished very soon.
So we'll be waiting on that for the time being. And we're probably going to go to a break now, aren't we, Toad?
Yeah, we'll go to a break until we find out the next game.
Yeah, so we'll see you then. Alright. I think it's almost the mic there.
Stop stealing the mic.
I can't help stealing
Hello,
the mic.
and welcome back to twitch.tv/Overwatch University. If you missed us earlier on, my name is Toad Rage. I'm joined by my co-caster Quad Z
Hi there, I'm Quad Z.
and our producer, Mr. Jordan AP.
Beautiful man.
He's got a hand.
There
That's
it is.
about it.
It's in the box. He's
Oh,
in the
got,
shot.
He's got hands. He's using it. We are moving on to the semi-final of the Division 2 currently. We're looking at the, I believe, 7th seed near Origin against the 4th seed.
I think
Koenig.
it was second, just 6th seed Koenig and 7th seed near Georgian. And it's Koenig, isn't it? I pronounced that wrong.
Koenig,
I'm terrible. I do apologise, Koenig.
There's
We're
an
back
umlaut.
with you.
So yeah, near Origin, almost looking like the underdogs. They managed to beat No Mercy in the quarterfinals. No Mercy with the second seeded team in this division.
Yeah, no, it's quite an impressive display of strength right there. We know that what was it? Near Origin's only been together as a team. Is it 2 weeks?
I believe so. Yeah,
They're really pushing through.
The current lineup of Near Origins has now been this kind of unit
Yeah,
for 2 weeks.
yeah.
The team has existed longer, but obviously they must swap around.
Yeah, they seem like pretty cool
Change that.
guys. Pretty cool guys, just coming and blowing the scene. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
Just showing a bit of. We're seeing a bit of people playing Destiny 2 here at the moment. It's not what we want to see. We want to see Overwatch.
Yeah.
That's what we talk about. Don't play Destiny 2. Play more Overwatch. I think you've got about 2 hours to hit that Masters rank. You know it. Get it. You can do it, guys. I believe in you. No, this is not a best of 7 as well. We've had questions. It's a best of 5. Best of 7 would be far too long. We'd have. To be fair, is that you have to win 5 games then, don't you?
Yeah, you have to win 5 out of
That's
7.
a slog. That's what I call a slog right there. Yeah.
Long time.
It's a lot of talking as well.
Yeah. So we are going to be going on to Elios for the first map. What kind of picks do you expect to see from Elios?
Well,
let's say we're going to Ruins first.
Well, let's just quickly. I'm just gonna go ahead and just talk about Overwatch University just really quickly before we start, Toad. So if you're interested in learning more about us or how to get involved with our awesome community, we do recreational Overwatch League and it's quite popular. So if you want to follow the link in the channel description below, you can get to our Discord and you can follow us on Twitter at OW Overwatch University. So that's OW University. If you'd like to be updated when future streams are live, follow the Twitch stream, and feel free to drop by our subreddit, which is really awesome. And we have loads of cool plays down there, so check us out. So we are entering game now, and to answer your question, Toad, I'm expecting some heavy dive comps right now.
Heavy dive.
Heavy dive.
Heavy dive.
You know that pharmacy, Winston combo, all in your face, all in your grill. You know how they like it.
We had spoken to both teams. They do enjoy the pharmacy running.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a clash of titans, and the titans being the pharmacies. However,
we'll have to see which pharmacy duo comes off as the better.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing, Toad? I'm seeing an Orisa play.
And
we're on well.
Seeing an Orisa. We are on well. I'm also seeing the Roadhog pick as well.
Can you see what's gonna happen?
I'm not psychic.
People are going down holes.
Yeah, there's a nice big hole in the center of the point. We're gonna see some. I forget what the Orisa, the ball is called.
Oh yeah, I think it's like. That's the one thing.
It's not Graviton.
It's not.
I know it's not a Graviton.
It's not a Graviton. Let's call it Budget Graviton for the time being. It's Budget Graviton.
We're gonna be seeing lots of gravity disruption.
Yes.
With that.
We have the grappling hook.
Also the hook.
The Widowmaker. The Widowmaker hook. We don't want that one.
That's not.
No,
that's not.
It's
what we're
chain hook we're looking for. That's the one we want. It would be cool if Widowmaker could pull you with the grappling hook, though.
I feel like that might be.
That's the next
to
buff.
her. I feel like that would be to her detriment. Let's be real. She does not do well in those quarter situations.
They give her a shotgun as well. There was some machine gun.
Just change everything.
So, like I said, here we go. We are going straight onto the point here. It looks like the near origin are going to be a bit slow to get onto the point. I'm usually going in taking a lot of damage as Rooster here before you can put down the shield. So we're having a mini skirmish at the beginning. Koenig will stay on the left side here, quite defensive. Oh!
Nice save by Ison on the Winston there. Heroic does go down, but gets res by the Mercy. We're looking at a strong push from Koenig currently. However, Farah nearly falling into the hole there. That's not what you meant to do. You meant to fly around it. Uh, strong counter push coming out from near Origins here. They're doing incredibly well to push back Koenig, and they are actually going to take this point.
So near Origins there was a very strong fight. It began quite badly actually. They took a lot of free damage, but once the Orisa shield was down, they just took it from there. They started to clean up. Soldier put that damage in, and you saw towards the end he like changed over to the right side. I feel like Koenig did very well though. They were on that left side a while, and it was quite a good play. Unfortunately, they split the team, and those on the right side took a heavy battering from the Soldier, and the Orisa bullets were actually quite strong, stronger than people think. So this next fight, what we're really looking for is a little bit better from that D.Va jumping in, and we need to see some picks.
Oh, the D.Va hook, as you speak about it, does go into the hole, but is managed to jet her way out. Whole hog has been used to just push Koenig back off the point. 3 members down at the moment. Only Farah, Winston, and Lucio available. I think this is going to be a counter push, although it's looking pretty tough for near Origins. Strong pushes from both sides though.
So Koenig there will switch the point, they'll flip it there. You can see that the Farah is doing a lot of work. Karinheim is doing an insane amount of work in that fight actually. She took out 4 members and even managed to push one into the well just for that BM play, you see. So they're going to come into this point. So what's really going to happen here is the Soldier's going to have to focus on that Farah from now on. He needs to stop pumping bullets into her. If he can hit the Mercy here, it would be great.
Not quite connecting, unfortunately. So the rest is still available. Does have Valkyrie as well, so gonna be looking out for that. He's gonna be finding out the healing. Healing Bad looks like he's gonna go down. Healing Bad is down. Fusion is also down. So we have both Mercies down currently. Down goes Prohawk as well. Lucio is down. There's no healing available for Koenig at the moment. Sushi is down as well. No healing on either side currently. This is going to be who has the better skill. Karinheim picking up the triple kill with the Rocket Rush to finish off this near Origins push.
Just that perfect, she's always in the right position now. I wish we could have seen that with that barrage there. Unfortunately, she was just out of screen. Unfortunately, what's happening here for Near Origin is they're getting to the end of the fight. They're putting in a lot of work. But then Karinheim, he's just coming in the back there, and he's creating a lot of pressure, but cleaning up those fights. A direct hit onto that Genji there. We can see just how precise this Karinheim is right now. They have a strong push on here. Roadhog will pull the Winston and try whole hog him in.
He's going to try and push him into the hole. Not really going to get it though. He does eventually fall to Karinheim. We're talking about the accuracy that comes out from Karinheim. He's taken out Fusion and Hole and the Roadhog there. That's 2 key members of Near Origin, and they're just going to get pushed back to their spawn at this point. 93% on the clock.
Near Origin really need to start pushing this Farah right now. They need to maybe switch off this Genji, pull out another hit scan. And the double kill from self-destruct coming out would end the match there.
Yeah, that definitely shut down any potential push they could have got right at the end and just cemented their win.
You could see the Farah's doing work there, but if you notice, the Genji was pressuring every time. You saw those fights before the games were ending, before those little skirmishes ended, he would push in, stagger them, and take them down, and always come out unscathed though. So he plays a very, very good, careful Genji, and that's what we like to see. 2 aggressive Genjis are the ones who tend to fail.
Yeah, you often see Genjis overextending, thinking they can get the kill, and then not succeed in it, not getting the reset on the dash, and eventually getting taken down by a Winston or someone similar.
So seeing a beautiful map here, which is on Ruins, which is a nice map to play on. We have, I saw the Reinhardt beginning, but Sergeant Taylor will pick up that Roadhog there, which could be quite good for this point. It's a very enclosed area, and especially using that whole hog to throw them off the side of the map. A mini skirmish just starting here. Karinheim trying to put down that damage, pumping some rockets into the back there.
Yeah, Karazu has been demeched by Ahub. Itopata goes down, but he gets res by Fusion, and then Fusion goes down to Karinheim as well. So no res available for Near Origin. Healing Bat having to res Spudwit. Going to be using it to great effect though. Spudwit almost having the Dragon Blade available, and Koenig gonna hold this first point for now.
You see, Sergeant Taylor came in there, did some very, very nice shooting. He had a couple of hooks on some people, but it didn't matter because, see, Koenig here, what they're doing is they're focusing the supports, and they're focusing them so well that during the fight it doesn't matter, because once you start to push out, Koenig still have the healing available, and it becomes a battle of attrition. And even with Roadhog, with his E, thinking he's invincible, he's not. Versus 3 players, a Genji, Lucio, and a Pharah, you're gonna die. There's no question about it. So Koenig here, they have free heals to work with. This is just gonna be really easy.
Dragonblade has been used. He's gonna find the soldier and the mercy. There's no res available. Sushi goes down as well, so there's no transcendence either. They're just gonna slice through near Origin right now.
And can you see the ult economy? It's just brilliantly done here. They didn't have to use Sound Barrier. They didn't have to use Barrage. They didn't have to use Winston ult. They still got all this for the next fight. Soldier popped Tag Visor during that fight for no reason and lost it immediately. It was a lost fight already. He could tell, but he popped Tag Visor, and that will be unavailable for the next fight now. Ito Pata, should I say, switched onto Widow here. Can quite work well on this type of map. Could surprise the enemy team. However, he's picking it into a D.Va here who could just rush him. And we've seen the D.Va from the rest of the fight. There's a Winston there as well. It's probably just going to be game over for that poor little Widow there.
Carryheim coming out with the double kill Rocket Barrage, picking up Idabata and knocking Sergeant Taylor out of the mech. Going to push forward, finish off Sergeant Taylor and stagger the respawns. Ahub and Fusion still alive. Fusion does have the Valkyrie for the next engagement. This is going to be the last push.
Yeah, we're on 94%, 95%. I think this is over here. I don't believe they can get back onto the point at this point. Yeah, and that's it. This match will go to Koenig. A very anticlimactic finish. Near Origins was just pushed back. Just there was nothing they could do in that situation.
Yeah, they definitely got kind of bullied out of ever contesting the point. They did have one situation where it was very close. They could have done it had they played well. However, Ahub not popping the attack visor early enough meant that he couldn't take out the Genji Dragon Blading, and then that was it. It was over.
The BM there.
The BM hello.
Hello.
Well.
Koenig with some very, very good plays. I think the Winston there definitely did a lot. You saw whenever he used his tail cannon, it was never singular targets. He was always in there. His bubble would always split off both teams in a positive way for his team and a detrimental way for their team. Really creating some serious problems. The damage there just couldn't be ignored. Really what Near Origins needed to do was stop clumping so much. They were running into a death ball team and they created the ball for them.
Yeah. It's a very key skill with Winston to be able to drop your bubble in a way that protects your team and also cuts off the enemy team from being able to cooperate so well. It's especially effective against teams that like to run anacoms.
Yeah. Because
you separate your team from getting damaged and slept, you separate their team from being able to be healed with the actual shield itself.
Yeah. And those battery grenades, they just bounce straight off that shield. It can cause a lot of problems, especially on maps like Temple of Anubis. You drop a bubble, that battery grenade's going nowhere and it's going to splash in your face. We're just currently restarting the game here. I think there may have been a problem, but we'll get right back in the game as soon as possible. So that game there really just showed how good the DPS players on Koenig is, and we can see why they won that last match that they played. Especially the tanks though, Toad. You see that they're always in the front line, they're protecting their supports, and the supports just felt like they were always alive.
Yeah, the tanks are doing their job very effectively, kind of D.Va harassing, Roadhog using the hook to protect as much as possible from anyone trying to dive on the mercy of the Zenyatta the Lucio.
They had some serious focus during that game.
Oh yeah.
There was some serious synergy. And versus synergy, what happened was the enemy team, they just became confused, muddled, and it almost felt like their play reduced as the game went on. Like you said, they were completely bullied out of that map.
I think you reach a point where you start kind of scrambling, regardless of how coordinated
Desperation.
You start scrambling once you see it getting to 70, 80, 90%. You go, we have to get on the point, we have to contest this, otherwise we lose. And then you lose your focus, you lose that team communication, and it all goes downhill from there.
And then you get killed by self-destruct. That's just the way it is.
Yeah. I believe the next map is going to be Eichenwald.
An interesting map. A difficult first point to take. into a difficult push,
Yeah.
an uphill push, quite literally.
It literally is an uphill push until we get to the end, and then it's a little bit downhill.
That's a little bit
It's a
downhill.
little bit, just like
Usually does go
2 or 3
downhill at that
steps.
point anyway, because you get to that point and then you can't quite push it in.
Both senses of the word. Nice. Nice.
Nice.
Wordplay. I like it.
We like it on stream. We like a bit of wordplay on stream.
I
guys.
do like Overwatch. It's a fun map to play.
When it released, when I first played it, it felt very natural to me. There was a nice little progression. I mean, when Junkertown released, I was like, wow, what's going on?
Yeah.
There's so much open space.
There was a lot of it.
Please put me back in my box.
Please put me in places I can just funnel people into death.
Please let me play Junkrat
Why
more.
is there a field in front of this checkpoint? I don't understand.
So we have near Origin here. They're going to pick up a nice little team of defense. You've got their soldier, you've got the Junkrat, and you've got the Zenyatta, and also the Mercy. There's a lot of pressure to be had. Unfortunately, what we're not seeing here, Toad, is we're not seeing many shields.
No. That might prove to be their downfall. However, looking at the attacking team of Koenig, maybe not. They don't have a lot that breaks shields very quickly.
No.
They do have the Pharah. Good burst damage, but not a lot of consistent damage that we're breaking a Reinhardt shield or even a Winston bubble.
But they might
Takes a
not.
while.
They might not even have to break the shield. They might not even have to break it.
True.
With Genji and the Pharah, you just go over the top. And what's Reinhardt gonna do? Is he gonna fling his shield into the air? I think not. He's not Captain America. He can't be doing that. So what's gonna happen? I think they're gonna funnel through the left side of this map, and they might just overwhelm their Origin, unless we can see Ahub here, and he pulls out some serious Junkrat plays.
I'm personally expecting the Pharah to go over the top with Mercy and possibly with the D.Va as well, just to see if they can get a flank. But it seems like you are right. They are going to use that side door and see if they can flank that way.
They are going to try funnel through.
They are.
And that's it.
Spud immediately on the backline, looking to harass the Mercy, pulls out the deflect, but not going to do anything against the Mercy that's healing. She does eventually go down though. No res is available currently. Soldier's down as well as the Zenyatta. No healing up either, and they just push straight through, cleaning out Nier's defense and just sweeping through them like they're nothing.
Like I said, they tried to cling to that payload there, and they were pincered in. At the end there, they all tried to desperately cling to that payload for dear life, and it caused their downfall in the end because the team just converged on. We're seeing some serious harassment on that poor soldier over there. He has not been the captain we need him to be right now. However, he will hit a mid-air Helix rocket.
Oh, beautiful Helix rocket. Does immediately get countered by the res from healing bad though, so while a good Helix rocket, the res is on cooldown, which is always good. However, maybe not a net gain for them.
We see this problem with the Mercy again, as you make a nice play and it's immediately denied.
I have spotted something interesting.
Okay.
Ahub is now playing the Sombra.
Yeah,
Interesting choice.
I saw that. I didn't pay any attention to it. I felt like it was the wrong play, but it looks like Ahub doesn't care. We'll continue to demech D.Va there.
Yeah, a little skirmish happened there. Sushi did get taken down, but he's going to get rezzed by Fusion afterwards. So he's going to continue this push, continue the tempo that comes with the res from Mercy. Whole Hog being used to just kind of push people back from the point. Primal Rage has been popped to counter that, but it's not quite enough. They're getting pushed forward and forward even more. Carousel getting knocked into the hole by the end of the Primal Rage there.
You see, during that fight, the entire time, Eason, he didn't care about that whole hog. It pushed him back, took him low. He popped that Primal Rage and continued to slap that boy about until he went back in the hole where he came from. An unfortunate time, and now they are being funneled into that small hole. Come on, guys, you need to go left at this point.
EMP has been used, as well as Transcendence, just trying to hold on to the point here, but it's not going to be of net value to them. Self-destruct comes out, manages to find Sushi. There's no healing available on Nier at the moment. Both supports are down, but they're not going to be able to hold it at all.
They need to switch off this Sombra at this point. It's not doing them enough good. Koenig, they just are using their base attacks. Like at this point, you understand what you need to do is you need to take a solid defense at this point. You need a Zarana, you need a Reinhardt, you need a McCree and a Soldier. You need something where you can just plant your anchor and stay there. Because at the moment, as you can see, they're just being demolished, just absolutely mowed through, completely bullied to the back of the map every time. And Koenig continue to push that payload. Like they always have 3 people on it whilst they bully. They don't even need their entire team at this point, Toad.
Koenig is so confident they push them back to their spawn while they're pushing the payload at the same time. Nia are going to try for one last ditch attempt to scramble onto the point. The Sandbar has been used by Koenig. It's going to keep them alive for a while. However, Ahub uses the EMP, manages to find 3 targets there, but it's not going to be enough. It's not going to be stable. Robster getting the double kill with the charge there. He's going to use Earth Shadow, knocking down Spud. They are going to be able to counter this just about.
You know, Fusion, MVP there. We saw. Did you see the kill feed there? And did you see that beautiful headshot onto the Pharah? Battle Mercy bringing back in full. She flew around, took out a few people, and continued to heal. I feel like she was the one who actually won in that fight there. What we also can see, which may be what is a crucial part of Reinhardt, is the fire strikes. He's not hitting them at this point. Rooster is just not hitting his fire strikes.
Yeah, we did see Pulse Bomb there. It didn't connect with any important target. In fact, it didn't connect with anyone at all. Spudwit taking down Fusion. There's no res available. No Valkyrie either. Rocket Barrage picking up Ahub, and not a lot else, unfortunately. Idapado finding Kariheim as he's low on the ground there. Caruso picking up 2 though, finally finishing off the members of Koenig. However, Sushi gonna find his way back onto the point using that Transcendence to hold as long as possible. Fusion is back alive now. Has managed to res Sergeant Taylor, so the D.Va is back into the fray. Sushi managing to demat Caruso. And the EMP used again. Dragon Blade coming out, finding Fusion. And no res available. Self-destruct finding healing back. Res is down for both teams at the moment. Sushi charging his ult, 30%. Not going to have Transcendence anytime soon. And Koenig are going to have to retreat, reset, try again.
See, Neo Origin here making a very desperate attempt at the end there, which turned into a very valiant defense. And now their ult bank is looking quite full. They could hold off for a couple more minutes here whilst we wait on that sound barrier and also another Valkyrie from Koenig.
We're seeing Issen jump right very far into the back, manages to find Fusion with the Tesla coil. The res is down. Sushi finishes off Spudwit while Rubster pins Prohawk. There's no healing available for Koenig again. The squads keep getting focused down, and it's going to be their downfall.
And they will attempt to stagger this D.Va here, and stagger unsuccessfully. And they will take the kill there very nicely. Sombra going back, healing herself up, getting those cheeky ult charges. She is on 97%, and she will have EMP for the next game. We do have a left player here waiting for him to reconnect. We will be right back in the meantime, whilst we get that sorted.
Possibly a disconnect, maybe connection issues. We'll have to see and find out very soon.
Yeah, we'll get back to you as soon as possible.
So, how do Koenig need to change this up to actually kind of bring this back to their favor?
So you see, what's happening at the moment is they're playing very heavily ability reliant champions and heroes at the moment. You have Genji here. He needs all his abilities. He needs his double jumps. You've got Pharah. She needs her rocket boost. She needs that displacement just for positioning value. You've got D.Va. She's got boost. She's got rockets. You've got Mercy. She's got res. She's got her shift. She needs that to escape. And Sombra, just counting all of them at the moment. You see, she might die earlier on in the fight, or sometimes she does get quite to the end and pick up a few kills. You can see her putting a lot of damage down on Spudwit, and he's feeling the pain when that EMP comes down. I feel like what they need to do at the moment, maybe get Reaper, pull out a Soldier. Kariheim maybe needing to jump off this comfort pick at the moment with this Pharah and do something else.
Seems very comfortable on the Pharah. I think you're right in the Soldier pick. I would definitely consider the Reaper pick as well. They need to focus less on the mobility. This entire building is a choke point, and the mobility doesn't work in a choke point.
You need to get behind that payload and put your shoulder against it and just push it in. You can't go in there dance around because you're gonna have Sushi bringing out the Zenyatta ult. He's just gonna keep everyone alive. You're gonna get EMP'd, and then Rooster, as we've been seeing, really picking up the game now. He's gonna be just smacking you in the face, pushing you back to spawn, and there's not much you can do about that when all you have is your abilities, which have been completely negated by Sombra here. And you also can, if you see in Itapita, Itapata, I keep getting that wrong. People want to call him Itapita, but we don't want to Itapita, not on stream at least. So Itapata, he's actually dancing around the point. He's creating a lot of pressure in the backlines, and then you can see Koenig just slowly being forced back, whilst the remainders of the stragglers just stay behind and are cleaned up by Ahub or Sergeant Taylor.
Yeah, I think a very key part of near Origin's team fight could rely on Itapata hitting these key pulse bombs and vines, healing bad Mercy before he gets either before or after he gets Valkyrie off. Either way, then that could be key to them being able to hold or not, especially if you get the Pro Hawk.
Yes. Pro Hawk is an essential part of the team. Unfortunately, with that DC there, he will be reduced to 2% ult charge, which is slightly unfortunate. But hopefully, we go from there. We do have Valkyrie, and we do have Primal Rage immediately jumping in. And we see that EMP coming out there.
Yeah, managed to hit, I think, 4 targets there with the EMP. Transcendence has been used to keep the team alive. Is going to be successful in doing so. Kazubo diving deep and getting taken out for his trouble.
Yeah, we see that exactly like we discussed, Toad, there. We saw that they ran in, they got EMP'd, they tried to dance around the point, Zenyatta pulls out the ult, and Rooster will just smack you back home.
Yeah, you need to find the Zenyatta before he can Transcendence. If you don't do that, it's just going to pop it as soon as he gets damaged and you're pushing.
These comfort picks at the moment, they're damaging the team. Karinheim will take a little bit of free damage for himself, and the self-destruct come in the backline and
Self-destruct thrown out, managed to find Sushi. Ism finds Fusion as well. Both healers are down for near Origins at the moment. This could be very, very important for Koenig to push up from this point. They are near are respawning, but they're staggered. They're very staggered. Fusion is managing to get the res on Rooster. Pops Valkyrie as well. Finds Itapata. Maybe if Itapata can get these key pulse bombs I was talking about, they can possibly stop this push. But it's looking pretty close right now.
Some seriously good decision making from that Fusion right there. He ran in, immediately res the Reinhardt there, and then decided he would immediately go for the DPS target. 2 key targets in defending this point, and he immediately res both of them. This could spell a little bit of defeat here for Koenig. They might not be able to push it all the way in, not changing the picks, and just continuing to be very stubborn there on the point will cost them this match.
Yeah, what happened in that last fight, Pro Hawk actually managed to get the sound barrier, but I believe it only hit 2 or 3 heroes, so it wasn't enough to stop Koenig being taken down very easily by Nair. And Nair just took them apart one by one. They took apart the heroes that didn't have the sound barrier, and then they took apart the heroes that were losing sound barrier over time.
Yeah,
and just picked them apart.
Near Origins at the moment are just dismantling Koenig. They took a very beating at the beginning, however, they got back up Rocky Balboa style, and they bounced back. So what we're looking at here, we're looking at again the comfort picks coming out from Koenig. They really need to switch this up now. They can't continue like this, because at the moment near Origins are starting to find themselves quite a comfortable spot and countering these heroes. However, they won't pick up any hit scan, which is sort of questionable for the Pharah that they know that Karinheim is going to take in this lineup.
Yeah, they've seen Karinheim not swap off Pharah. They know he's going to play Pharah. They need to consider that. Pick either McCree, Soldier. I mean, I'd say even Orisa as like a counter to Pharah. It's not the best, but it is something that you can throw out there. It does have the range damage, and it kind of forces the Pharah to think differently.
It pressures the Pharah definitely in the sky. Unfortunately, with picking that Orisa, you definitely take a lot of your attention off the ground, which you need to be putting those shields down. You need to keep CCing those enemies. What would really help in this situation is if someone could play a Widowmaker, especially on this map. It's very nice. You can sit in the back lines and pick off. I know Tymo does it quite often. It would be nice to see it here. However, I know that Widowmaker is a very high skill cap champion. So we will see near Origins jumping out from the point. We have Ahub, who's playing Summer before, jumping on that Farah play. Coming over the top like you suggested last time, Toad. And we'll see what they do. Koenig is very solidly on the point. They don't care about trying to defend that. And I think that's where this aggressive team comp comes from. They are thinking they're going to win.
Yeah, Sushi, they get taken down early, having to be rezzed by Fusion. Fusion eventually getting taken out by Caruso, and I'm sorry, by Karenheim, and Sushi going down to Caruso as well. Nair are gonna have to reset. They've lost both their healers. They're gonna have to just kind of die as quickly as possible, get the respawn so they don't stagger too badly.
Despite Ahub not having any specific counters to him that can reliably hit him in the sky, he still got taken out there. It was quite surprising. The Tesla cannon hit him mid-air, shocked his little feet there and took him down. Unfortunately, what we're seeing is just there's not enough power on these pushes, and Koenig are really planting their feet.
Yeah, Sergeant Taylor diving deep into the backline isn't going to find any support. However, Isun is going to find Nir's support, and Caruso is going to find Fusion. No healing again. Nir really need to protect their support, otherwise they're not going to win this.
They are just jumping in blindly at this point. They're playing very solo. We have Itapata pick up that soldier, and they did pronounce his name right that time, which really impressed me there. So we have Ahub on Farah, and we have Soldier on Itapata. This could change up a little bit of the tempo in the game, and we have a bit more of that poke going on, which could be better as they push onto the point. You see Ahub though, he is on his own pushing to the point right now, and what they need to do is they need to take out Karihan before the fight starts. They need to force that tempo rest.
Yeah, Sergeant Taylor looking for the Mercy, who was on the high ground there, doesn't manage to find him, manages to get away. Self-destruct was used by Caruso there, however. Ahub finding Karenheim. So the Farah threat from Koenig is now down. However, Koenig have 5 ults available. Nick can't push into this. It's not possible.
No, their ult economy is too strong at this point. Sergeant Taylor, you will be out of here. You won't be coming back. You will get squashed like a little bug and jump off that map. You can see Rooster here desperately trying to do something, but he needs to get out now. He needs to go back. He needs to stop becoming free ult charge, because as we can see, Koenig is stocking up right now.
Yeah, like I said, 5 ults available. Caruso is going to have his ult, I'd reckon, fairly soon. How often we've seen him use self-destruct.
It's been a perfect de-initiation tool. Like, you can't get in there. As soon as the self-destruct goes out, it changes the entire pace of the fight.
Karenheim looking for the flank. He's found Fusion. He's going to be harassing him as much as possible. Rock Breath is available. Oh, he kills himself with the splash damage.
No.
Fusion goes down as well. Ahub picking up the double kill. Healing Bat is down as well as isn't. There's no res available for Koenig. Prohawk does have Soundbarrier available though, and Nier aren't going to be able to push from that, even though they got so far with what they had.
It doesn't matter, Toad, because Spudwitz is slicing Karenheim like sushi mid-air there. He jumped and used that rocket barrage far too low. Karenheim, even committing suicide, is not enough for the team. Ahub really needs to start picking up the pace now, taking out the support. And that little hack there didn't really do much.
Yeah, Ripster does have prime range available. He's going to be using it to try and knock the Koenig off the point as much as possible, try and capture it while keeping them away, but it's not looking promising. Three of Nier down currently, make that 4 as one just respawns. Rooster is going to pop the Primal Rage, however he's not going to get anything out of it, and that is going to be Koenig winning this round.
Koenig just does not care. Caruso having that ultimate every time. He must be hitting those pull shotguns all the time. Like, with that self-destruct, every single initiation became in the favor of Koenig, maybe taking out 1 or 2 characters each time. And what can you do versus that at that point? Like, here comes the Fist of Fury once again. crazy monkey jumping around, putting down the damage. He just, like I said, Rubes, Isam with those Tesla cannons, it's creating a serious amount of damage.
Yeah, as we saw there, Isn't absolutely doing his job. He was in the backline harassing, using Primal Rage to kind of push back, yeah, push back near there, and then in the kill feed as well, you saw Sushi on the Genji picking up 3 kills with the Dragon Blade.
There's that. Genji is just very much creating a lot of openings. I mean, when Kariheim doesn't do his job, you have Sushi in the back there. You have, Spudwitz in the back there, just cleaning up. What I saw happening is that Neo Origins just didn't have the firepower. They just did not have the firepower. Every time they went in, it'd be a couple of picks here and there, and then Koenig would slowly but surely begin to win the fight. And it's that slow domination which is creating such amount of. It's almost putting Neo Origin in shambles at the moment.
Yeah, what I saw was Koenig would have 5 ults available almost all the time. Neo would use an ult as they went in, lose it, and then the next one they'd have it, lose it, next one, lose it, next one, lose it,
was
and so on.
Very inefficient the way they were using those ultis. You saw so many ults just drop to 0% and you wouldn't see anything come of them. Whereas you had Koenig, they would cycle ults in and out. They would know that Karazo would always have his ultimate ready for that fight, and they could trust in him. And you've seen him coming down from the sky after throwing out an ult, shooting those bullets down from above, causing tons of damage. Just a crazy guy there. Karazo really tending to carry almost that last push.
Yeah, very strong on the D.Va. We saw him so often, like you said, with the self-destruct. It seemed every fight he wouldn't start with it, but as the fight progressed, he would get it very quickly and then use it to zone members of Neo Origin away from either their shields or any cover available. So they either have to take the damage from self-destruct or take damage from the rest of his team.
He was tending to get the supports a lot, very key picks at the beginning of the fight, and then Koenig could just really go from there. I mean, Spudwitz, like I said before, cleaning up in the back lines, creating a lot of pressure, and then Isen can just proceed to Primal Rage and just jump around and have a good time at the end. It's almost as if it felt though, when they first started that map, I felt as if that Koenig did have the lower hand there because I saw quite a heavy dive versus not a very shield heavy team. But they just stuck on that payload. They knew what they were doing. They waited for the team with open arms and they said, "Come here, we've got presents for you," in the form of a self-destruct. It was very well played. I feel like Neo Origins, they're a good team. They're a good team indeed, but they need to really pick up that power and also that focus.
I think props go to Isen and Rubster, the 2 tanks, one from Koenig and one from Isen from Koenig and Rubster from Neo Origin. We saw them play incredibly well. Isen in the backline all the time as the Winston, and then Rubster doing so well on that interior defense at the end of the first round.
So much pressure.
Picking up double kills and then triple knockdowns with the Earth Shattered, having the shield up in the right place at the right time all the time.
He was really, really creating a lot of those openings that Neo Origins needed, and they needed those in that second push when they were attacking. Unfortunately, they didn't have them. Rubster, what did he switch off onto? I think he was playing a Winston, wasn't he?
He was, yeah.
Yeah, so you had him playing the Winston there, and his Winston just wasn't as good as his Reinhardt. I feel like if he did switch to his Reinhardt though, he could have possibly slowly pushed in with his team. But I feel like what happened was they got too caught up in the momentum of the game, and they just thought, we're going to throw ourselves at Koenig. We're going to keep throwing ourselves at Koenig. And Koenig said, we'll have some free food. We don't mind.
So the next map has been chosen. We're going to be seeing Volskaya Industries for the second time tonight.
We hate Volskaya Industries.
We don't hate it. It's just a draw.
It's just a draw. We saw it last match in Division 4, playing Who was it?
It was the Scientist versus Code Red.
We've had Scientist versus Code Red playing it. It's very much who can get the most points the quickest. A lot of the times you see teams rushing in, and it's very easy to pummel that first point and then immediately jump onto that second, and with the momentum you create from the first point, win the second point. However, if you don't destroy that second point, what tends to happen is it's just a case of you come through that door, we're going to blast you to high heaven.
Yeah, you've got to use the pressure and the momentum you create from the first push to get onto the second push and continue that. If you can get your ults up early enough and then just zone the defending team off the second point, you can easily take that capture.
Yeah, and I think what a big mistake that a lot of people make on that map is they go in, they expect to jump in and win a point or a tick. However, what they don't understand that they're doing is every time they jump in and they lose the point, they feel like they're getting somewhere. They feel like every time they get 2 picks, they've done well. They've done well. They lost the fight that they've done well. All you've done in that situation is you fed ultimate to the enemy team, and if that team efficiently knows how to cycle their ultimates, just like Near Origin does, and Koenig does, sorry, will have a very bad time for Near Origin.
Yeah. So we've seen Karenheim play a lot of Pharah. Do you actually expect him to swap off of the Pharah for Volskaya, or do we expect to just see it again combined with Healing Bad's Mercy?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. On this kind of map, if we see a Pharah, if we do see a Pharah, especially on the defending side, it's quite strong. Unfortunately, if you're attacking with the Pharah, it's a case of whether your team can come with you. Can your team protect you? Once you go over the top there, it's difficult because as soon as you go over the top, you're in the line of fire of everyone. You need your team to back you up. If you do not have the team synergy, you will immediately die. Unfortunately, what I fear that Near Origin is going to have a problem with is that synergy. They're not going to go in together, and if they do, they're just going to be feeding themselves.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we can see Ahu do some good work with playing the Pharah, but from what we've seen, it may be a wipe from Koenig.
You see, you talk about Ahu playing the Pharah. I feel like he's going to try and pick that Sombra again. We've seen it earlier on today. He's going to try and pick the Sombra and go for the slow hold against Koenig. I personally don't think it's going to work.
I personally don't think it's going to work either. All we're going to have is going to have a very, very swift push from Koenig.
Yeah.
And what it's going to do is it's going to immediately break that defense. Sombra won't have any time to build up that ultimate charge. She may even be forced to switch off, bring her ultimate charge all the way down to 0% when she switches character, and making it very difficult for that second push to defend. What we hopefully find is that Neo Origin understand that they need to keep that ult economy, and they need to really, really delve deep now. They need to use that efficiency. They really need to, at the start of the second point, if you do lose the first point quickly, they need to understand that we need to plant our feet immediately, throw those spikes in, and hold it. Because I think they are a good team, and with the correct amount of focus and killing those key targets, they could win this.
Yeah, if they manage to pick off the healers, like
they're not doing.
Koenig have been doing it so well to Near Origin. Near Origin have not returned the favor. Healers are always alive on the side of Koenig. Meanwhile, Near Origin, I've rarely seen Fusion or I believe Sushi alive that often.
Fusion unfortunately has had a very bad time. There's been some very, very nice plays coming out.
Yeah.
However, it's just the problem that the enemy team is just much better at focusing on those supports. They understand that they need to go down quickly, and when they don't go down quickly, it's because they understand that they're too far back. And you know what? We can switch off to the DPS because that's the next best target.
Yeah.
So we're loading into Volskaya's Industries here. We can see that we have Near Origin actually on the right side, and we have Koenig on the left side. So Koenig is going to be on the blue team, and they're going to be playing the Pharah. Pro Hawk on that Lucio, looking for those boops early on.
Yeah.
Could be quite funny to see. Spudwit on that Genji, and you've got Karazo and Ison. They're gonna use that same tactic again. Could be quite amusing to see. Let's see if Karazo can show us using that self-destruct constantly.
Yeah, we saw it so often in the defense of Eichenwald. Maybe he can pull it off again. Ults every time they push.
I feel
Who
like
knows?
playing into this map, Neo Origins choosing it, almost might have spelled defeat for them actually, because Karazo, with that D.Va ult is going to create a ridiculous amount of pressure on that second point, or the first point in fact. There's a lot of points where you can get out the way, but it's a case you need to really run into those alcoves. All those alcoves are very far away from the action. If she drops the ulti in the correct place in a doorway, specifically next to Mega, we could be seeing 3Ks.
Yeah, you talk about the alcoves. There's some around the point that you're able to get into. However, you leave yourself so very exposed to the rest of the rest of the enemy team. It's almost not worth it.
Because we're only talking about Karazo here. You have Carry9 pushing on those rockets, and we have Spudwit with those shurikens. You're gonna have a bad time either way. So we can see them pushing into the point. Fusion here is looking a little bit confused, not sure where to go. Pushed up with Ahu. He's in the front line here. It's not great. He's caught in a trap. He's not having a great time. He's waiting for his tanks. And Zeno will take a lot of damage here. And the shield goes down very prematurely.
Yeah, Karenham actually gets taken out by Fusion, so they have countered Karenham. Have a Spudwit taking out Ahu. Genji on Genji there. Roopster taking out Pro Hawk. There's no AoE healing available, so they're relying on the healing from Mercy alone. Res does come out for Roopster though. Sushi picking him up. Healing Bad getting taken out. Mercy is down. No res available on the side of Koenig at the moment. Pro Hawk getting very low. Spudwit is down, as is Karazo. Ison is going to be harassing the Mercy as much as he possibly can. It's eventually going to take out Sushi, but he's going to pay for it with his life.
Absolutely squashed that Mercy there like a pancake. However, Neo Origins are just going to take this point quite comfortably. The fight, like I said, it went how it should have been going. The other fights, they slowly pushed in, they let it happen, they didn't rush in, they let it happen quite slowly, and now they're going to move into the second point here. They're not going to run in quite quickly. They're going to take the same tactic before. It definitely worked. I'm going to hope that Fusion, switching off that Mercy, can take out that Pharah.
Look at this ult economy though. 4 ults available for Neo Origin.
Neo Origin made a great push in this point, but you can see the 83%, 90%. Free ults just come online now for Koenig. They really need to push in a bit earlier there, didn't they?
Yeah, Roopster jumping in from the back line. He managed to get behind him. He got the flank off. Irapara using the Transcendence there, trying to keep him alive as long as possible. Spud goes down, having to get res. That res is not available currently. It's on 30-second cooldown. Self-destruct out. Connects with nobody. Irapara finding Spud and Sergeant Taylor finding Carry as well. Ison finding, managing to finish off Sushi. There's no res available. No Valkyrie either. This is going to be it for Koenig. Neo Origin are going to push through so solidly. Spud swapping to the Tracer just to try and contest for as long as possible. Ison getting rezzed by Healing Bad there. Is it going to be enough to hold on to the point? Ison is going to force back Fusion. Fusion is down.
Fusion going down here.
Ahub and Roopster following very shortly. That was such a key res from Healing Bad.
Pulled in, pushed that Valkyrie out and just flew up, and then that was it for Neo Origins there. They couldn't push on. They've used a lot of ultis there. Fusion though, did you see how quickly he went down? The focus switched so quickly onto him, and he was running for his dear life, tail between his legs, but there was nothing he could be done at that point. He went down to electric cannon in his arse.
Yeah, Roopster knew that he needed to take out Fusion as soon as the supports were down, and he just went for it. He leapt, and the Tesla cannon was there, consistently just dealing that damage out. Carryhome going down early to Irapara. They're going to have to wait for that if they want to get a successful push out here.
It's time to engage.
It is definitely time to engage. Carryhome popping the, Karazo popping the ult there is almost going to get killed in mini-D form. Fortunately, managed to get back into the mech just in time. Sushi does have Valkyrie available. We're seeing Tac Visor available for Fusion as well. But they both go down. Neither of those is going to be any kind of use right now. Sushi did pop the Valkyrie before he went down. it's all over for this push from near.
See the problem there, and we saw it again. We saw it last fight, and popping the ulti there, it just seems so counterintuitive. But we saw the problem from the very first fight. Zenyatta is popping his ulti far too early. There's no healing coming out. All he is doing for himself is beating himself up. You see that the team, as soon as the Zenyatta ult goes down, they're all at full health already, and they begin to drop. What he needs to do is that once they start dropping, he needs to notice this and then pop the ultimate. Because at the moment, all that's happening is that the team is being invulnerable for 2 seconds, and then Koenig are backing off, and then they're coming back onto the point.
Yeah, Fusion getting a nice little pick off onto Carrionheim there. Hillingbat having to use the res to bring her back up. So it is on cooldown for the next, I believe, 15 seconds at this point. Caruso getting demech out of position. Genji having to use the Hillingbat using the Dragon Blade, not finding any pickups. Hillingbat just sitting in the back line, healing as much as possible. However, Ahub looking for Fusion. Ahub looking for Hillingbat, does get taken down after the Valkyrie has been used. Carryheim holding on to that rocket barrage. It can get into a good enough position. He can just hold off here. Roopster using that primal rage just to knock around Koenig, but it's not going to be enough. There's too many of them alive. He's going to have to run back as fast as he possibly can.
And you can see Isan here. He is the iron monkey of the team. You see him not go down. You see him use those bubbles correctly. And you do not see him die. During those fights, he's there, putting down a lot of damage. Surprisingly a lot. And it's consistent. And at the moment, I feel like that 500 HP monkey needs to be taken down by something more than just a Genji and soldier.
Yeah, Ahub was looking for the flank there. He's kind of trying to get behind the Mercy that's currently focusing on the top on that platform there. Issen is going to be jumping into the middle of it all. Rocket Barrage comes out onto Rookster, but does not get anyone else. Hillingbat having to res Carrionheim for that play. Sergeant Taylor is on the point, dueling it out with Caruso and Prohawk. He's going to manage to demech Caruso and find the kill onto, I believe, Carrionheim there. Ahu popping the Dragon Blade, picking up the kill on Caruso. 3 contesting the point at the moment. Sandbarrier comes out from Prohawk, managing to only find 2. Spudhawk 88% on the ult, 88% on the ult, 90%. He's not quite going to have it. 97%. If he can get it, this could be the perfect hold for Koenig right now.
You saw the Caruso with the 3k, and you saw it go down. The bubbles were wasted, and Caruso was coming out with that self-destruct there, and it really went very wrong for Near Origins.
Yes, but eventually did generate that Dragon Blade I was talking about. Didn't need to use it, which was very fortunate for him. The Caruso self-destruct being so key into just wiping out the rest of Near Origin.
I think the best part about that fight is that Caruso knew that there was no bubble up. The communication between this Koenig team is impeccable at the moment. He went out there and he used that ultimate with confidence, and he pushed it into a place where you wouldn't normally push it. And that just turned the tides of the fight. And there we go, Rooster popping that ultimate.
Rooster knocking most of Near Origin off the point. Carrionheim picking up 1 kill with the rocket barrage. The Sushi is down. There's no res available, and Koenig are just gonna clean sweep them. Only using, I believe, 2 ults for that hold there. Spudwit's still holding his. Hillingbat has used the Valkyrie. He's gonna use it to harass Near back to their spawn a little bit. 10 seconds on the clock.
Here Genji's going to use his Dragon Blade. You can see it coming. It's just going to be used to push the supports off the point and then end the fight. Just a beautiful play there. Ridiculous from that Spudwitz. He understood exactly what needed to be done.
Koenig have managed to get to the point just in time. Self-destruct both go out. The overtime is ticking down, but there's 6 left available on the team for Koenig. There's just no chance for Near Origin then, and they managed to get the 1 point.
I believe here, Toad, Koenig is going to quickly take the first point, and then like a chef or a butcher, just cleave into that second point now.
Yeah, I expect them to pick out the Death Ball comp, take that left route that we saw taken earlier by, I believe, Code Red.
Yep.
And then just swoop onto the point, take out the key targets, take out the sports, take out the Zenyatta, take out the Mercy, so there's no healing available, and then just cleave, like you say, cleave through the rest of them, and then roll on through to that second point.
What we see here is we've got Spudwits and we have the comfort picks coming out again, but it doesn't matter because these comfort picks are working. And do you know who's been forced to change their meta? It's Near Origins at the moment. The problem is that when you start to try fit around the enemy team, it's when the enemy team starts to build momentum. And you can see here that Koenig are very comfortably starting to push back, bully them, and at this point I think it's going to be easy pickings.
Yeah, from the showing that we've seen from Koenig, their communication, their ability to pick off the key targets, like you say, the supports, and then go for the DPS, just completely ignoring the tanks as if they weren't even there. Taking out the res, taking out any kind of healing from the Zenyatta, I think it's going to be a roll.
I'm just really excited to see Isen in action again. To be honest with you.
Isen's Winston is so clean.
It's so clean. For a monkey, he is incredibly clean.
Yeah.
He's ready to go. He's got those glasses clean. He's squeaky clean.
Interesting sort of defense comp coming out from Near Origin there. Using the Deeper and the Desire, more often seen in dive comps, with the slow defense of Ahub on Sombra.
They're playing a very, very slow and steady defense. It's not going to happen. I think Koenig are going to come in and shut it down, and they won't have the time. But Kariheim will go down here.
Yeah, taken out by the combination of Idapada and Caruso. They are going to... Sergeant Taylor and Idapada, my bad. They are going to get pushed back a little bit. Fusion's getting taken down by Prohawk as well. We say that it wasn't looking too good for Koenig, but they have managed to turn it around. Caruso has gone down. Sushi has been taken out for Near Origin though, so there's no res available. Idapada's down as well, no healing on Near's team at all. Karianheim 70% ult charge currently, 75. He's going to have Rocket Barrage so soon, and I don't think Koenig Near have any way of countering it.
Isen with the triple kill there. You saw him at the beginning of the fight, very, very low, but he just jumped out of the fight, said, I'm going to get a quick drink, and I'm coming right back. And then he picked up that triple kill, and now they're going to move on to the second point with that 89% on that sound barrier and 89% on that barrage. I think it might be over and out here for Near Origins.
We were talking about how clean Isen was, that triple kill just proves it. Ahub in the backline of Koenig at the moment, just trying to get a little bit harassed, a little bit of ult charge. Does have the EMP available. If Prohawk times this badly, this could spell disaster for Koenig.
Ahub is already down.
Sember has been used as they've seen Ahub go down. Dragonblade has come out, is going to pick up one kill. Sergeant Taylor picking up the self-destruct of Karianheim. The Rocket Barrage already used though. Isen still available to use that Primal Rage as he does right now. Zion using
Graviton goes down.
Picking up 3 kills so far. Prohawk, Spud, and Caruso all gone down. That was such a good Graviton surge by Zaya there. Oh my god.
Isen in the backline, still going now. He continues to jump onto the point. He's going to jump onto the Zenyatta now. And he goes down. But he made a valiant attempt there.
It was such a valiant attempt from Isen, but I think from the moment Ribster fired that Graviton surge, that fight was over for Koenig. It managed to trap 3 of the more key heroes for Near, and they just kind of cleaved through them.
Caruso here with the ultimate saves it for this fight. I feel like he knew that he had to save it, and the win conditions right now is making sure they get at least a couple of picks with this self-destruct. If they can make a sneaky self-destruct, it could be good. I hope that they know Ahub is going to go straight for that mega pack, so they're going to chase him down, but they won't do that now. They're going to try go for the right side. Isen there just having a little snacky snoo there, he's waiting for the healing to come back on. Caruso going in there, he's getting very low. Will he use the self-destruct in time?
Isn't getting deep, finds Fusion, and then finds finds Sushi immediately afterwards. He's just in this backline, decimating every single squishy target on Near. He does find Ahub. Ahub manages to jolt away, but no, he doesn't. He managed to he still gets clipped by the Tesla, and that is going to be the push. They only need 74%. Sushi coming back in, Sergeant Taylor getting res. The cool mech does come in. They're going to stall for longer.
Spud with a Dragon Blade coming out now.
Prohawk has used the sound barrier to kind of counteract the self-destruct. It is enough, Ribster goes down. There's no Graviton Surge available. There's no barriers available. Karenheim with the Rocket Barrage available at the moment. He might not even need to use it. It's going to tick down so fast.
He's punching that mech into non-existence there, and Koenig will win, and they will take the Division 2.
Yeah, we saw how fast that switched from a potential near win with the EMP to the EMP getting picked off, Pro just being able to freely sound barrier and just run the team in.
And you saw Ison jump off the point, pop Prior Rage, come straight back in there, and he was having none of it. He destroyed that D.Va in the corner, and it just ended poorly for Near Origins there. An unfortunate flawless victory.
Ison definitely one to watch in any future games.
73% kill participation.
That's crazy. For a Winston, that is crazy. Like, you usually see that, you don't even see that high on maybe Soldier 76. Even some of the best Mercies out there don't get higher than 60% often. See 73% on Winston. That's crazy.
It's absolutely crazy. So Ison is definitely the one to watch. Congratulations to Koenig there, who did an awesome job, and also congratulations to Near Origins, who put up a valiant fight, and there were some crazy plays coming out from you.
Yeah, so that is our final game of the day. That will see Koenig go through to the finals I believe, of the Division 2 bracket against a team we are not sure from the other side.
We're not sure yet. But we'll find out soon, hopefully.
Very shortly, yep. We thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did.
Yeah, we enjoyed it loads. This has been great.
Those games were crazy. Remember to tune in on Friday the 11th, I believe, for the final games of Season 3 of Overwatch University.
So definitely tune in for that. It should be a great time. You can tell us I'm going to be great teams playing. It's going to be very close. If you need any more information about Overwatch University, you can definitely follow us on Twitter at OW University. We also stream every Saturday at 3 PM BST for our EU games and 6 PM CDT for our NA games. I've been Quad Z, and this is Toad.
And that is Jordan Aldridge Payne. And we thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.